Chris were here earlier. Let's see.
I love those two. But I also
What up,
love
Hello,
Winston.
hello.
I love
Hello.
Winston with all my heart.
What's going on, y'all?
Hey,
Nothing,
babe.
just hanging out.
What up, man?
I
It
feel like
is me.
stalk your Instagram like crazy. Like I love like seeing you in your element. Like you're so calm on the show, but like we get you in real life as like Source Radiance, and it's just like I can take a sigh of relief when I'm looking at Kevin's Instagram.
I appreciate that.
It's
That means a lot. That means a lot. Yeah, I'm all in. I'm all in to supporting the evolution of our species. I'm here for it.
I know that's right. We're
Yeah.
gonna see. I don't know if Ebony is still like getting back from the airport, but
Yeah, I know she's on the way.
okay. So we'll get started, and then if she hops on, then she hops on, and then Minnie, like whenever you wanna,
Yeah, and
hop
I'll
on.
answer as Ebony. I'll speak for
Okay,
Ebony.
cool.
There you
She
go.
loves it.
Wait. Okay, Ebony says she's
Perfect.
coming.
Minnie
We'll
got
start.
this.
We'll start, and then we'll just add Ebony when she gets here.
Perfect.
Cool. Okay. So we have all seen the evolution of both Aaron and Karen. Like it is like I can't even like put into words like the way I feel about their relationship. I do feel like though they have a thing that I struggle with, like relationship imposter syndrome. I feel like there's this like underlying, like maybe they both feel like they've been through so much that they may not be good for each other, but they don't want to leave. Maybe.
Thank you,
Oh, I see Ebony. I'm gonna add her in. Hold on.
She go.
Y'all, I
Ebony.
just got off the plane. I'm so
What
sorry.
up, Ebs?
It's fine.
But you made it. You made it. You did.
We're
Yeah.
getting to the nitty gritty about Kim and Aaron right now.
Oh, y'all talking about it without me. Okay.
We had to get started, but I knew you were coming.
I was going to answer you.
Yeah,
I was going to answer you.
Start. We can talk about it. We can talk about their past relationships, how they got to each other. Let's whoever wants to start. Let's get into it.
Let's talk about it.
Question though.
Let's talk about it. I'll read it the question so we can talk about this. Ed, let's talk about it.
Okay.
You see,
Hey y'all.
when a man who's as committed and dedicated to someone he loves as Aaron is, right? And he continues to show all that he is and can be, even though he's gone through what he's gone through. And you know what Karen's been through, and now she has a man showing up this way, right? So what we're talking about is evolution of them. And what I want to know is, at what point does Karen realize the gift that Aaron is and finally open up to receive? Let me know. Let me know for that.
Came back on that.
It was the
That
lean
was
back.
Okay. That was excessive and unnecessary. But
I mean,
your question. You're so right. I think everything that we've seen of Aaron thus far has been very supportive, and in a lot of ways, not what we are used to as women seeing men show up for us. Like, despite all the things that have been happening. But I think really the core thing is, and I've been trying to figure out the best way to articulate this, and I've done it a few times, but I don't think I'm all the way there yet. It's just, maybe it's that simple, is you can't receive what you've never received before. You don't know how to receive it. And I think that she's very used to questioning things. She's very used to questioning the men in her life because, as she talked about before, her track record with men is that they haven't been trustworthy for her. That's her experience. And it's really, really hard to trump experience. It's not impossible.
absolutely.
It's not impossible, but you also have to know that that's what's happening.
Right.
Yeah.
No, you know this. Okay.
Very much so. Very much so.
This, Kevin.
You know it. I feel you. I feel you.
She has a lot of healing to do herself, and acknowledging of what is happening, and also validating. We spoke about that, I think, yesterday or the other day, me and the ladies, just the idea of women validating what their experiences are, right? Like nobody experiences your experience like you do. No one can move on for you. No one can do the work for you. You have to do it yourself. And she hasn't had that space of time where she can just focus on that, right? It's been one thing after another thing after another thing that needs tending to in the moment that hasn't really allowed her to take a full step back and just breathe and resolve one
100%.
thing. So
Yeah, I
hopefully,
feel that.
hopefully we get to see that at some point. But everyone gets there. That's the journey. That's life. You know?
Yeah.
100%.
I also think like in that evolution, like, or that kind of evolution can be really scary. And I think the way you see it in the way Karen continues to run back to Zach, like
100%.
she's so used to like to being treated a certain way, whether it's by him or by other people, and because like, you know, even if it's not good for you, you get so comfortable in it that
Mm-hmm.
you're like,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
just
what's familiar.
Right.
Yeah,
The devil I know is better than the devil I don't. Right.
exactly.
Of like, at
Yeah,
least I know how to handle that.
right.
exactly.
I don't know how to
Exactly.
handle it because maybe it is deceit, but maybe I just don't know. You know what I mean? It's all these little tidbits
100%.
of who she's been so
For
far.
sure.
So yeah.
And I think to that point, in relation to Karen, and just like all of us in the human experience, right? As we grow and step into new versions of ourselves, we're always meeting the edges, right, of whatever our current fears or limitations are. And in order to expand beyond that, to tap into something greater, to experience something greater, we have to be willing to meet that discomfort, those fears, the pain that we felt in relation to things. And what that ends up doing is opening us up, right, to be more vulnerable and more heart-based, more loving. But that becomes a new territory of openness. And I think about that notion in terms of Karen's evolution and the journey for her, from my perspective, is like, for all the moments that her and Aaron shared, and for her wanting to grow in her own right, when things got intense and certain things took place, and just like you said, it was like one thing after another. They have like this one moment, and then it's something, and this one moment, and
He's really
Karen's natural reaction is to guard, right? To guard up and to stay in a space where at least she feels like she has some kind of reference point of control. And the familiarity with Zach and her feeling herself in a certain position with him, to me is like why she would gravitate towards it, especially if she's starting to feel, because I felt like what was happening with them too is there were certain spaces where she was starting to soften and be able to receive more, and that was new territory for her, and having the man in that space. And then with the different things that took place and then fears that would come alive, for all of us, we either take that next step, right, where we break through, or we revert to those old patterns because we're still kind of jarred in our system, and our nervous system is wired to defense, and we'll still kind of stay that course in what's familiar. And I can see that as part of Karen's pattern in that space, with them. And also because you're absolutely correct, we have to be willing to do our own work, and there's things that she has to meet and be honest with, just so the energy can move. You know what I mean? For her to be free in herself, and that's really big.
yeah. Just feeling like you are owed by those who have done harm to you. That's another completely different thing, but I think that is a very big thing. I feel like feeling like you owed something that, sometimes someone never
dealt with.
Someone that was for them to give to you, that was never, that just was not your experience with them. I think that's a very hard pill to swallow, that you could have been in a space where you were giving every resource of yourself to the point of being empty.
Yeah.
And still don't get back from that individial though. Like from the
from
next
that person, yeah, exactly. From that person specifically. 100%.
I mean, but it's like, no, but you owe me. But you still owe me.
Yeah. All this stuff I put up with, and now you gonna go thrive and be prosperous with some other, you know what I mean? Yeah, 100%.
For Karen, I think it is definitely a deep form of, it's like the final form of disrespect.
Mm-hmm.
I think that can be the case for women who have had multiple experiences with the same type of men, in whatever, they find men in a certain pocket of time, in a certain stage in their own lives, right? And of course you have to ask, why are men gravitating towards you when they're in that phase of their life? Because that's as well. I'm not gonna get too much in it, but it's different many different things.
Yeah.
100%.
Absolutely. So I'm gonna have to chop it. We could get into it.
We could. That's what
we could. We could do that.
I'm gonna play a quick game with y'all called Date or Decline. So I'm gonna give you a scenario, and you tell me if you're gonna keep dating the person or if you gotta respectfully decline.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So your date, you are out. Your date has a few too many, and you have to babysit them for the rest of the night.
Kevin?
That's all. It's a hard decline. Like I'll obviously take care of a person because if they're drunk, I want them to be safe and get home safely. So I'll take them home. But yeah, like getting drunk to the point where you're kind of losing faculties, I gotta decline that. Decline that. Yeah.
Faculties. That was good. Yeah, it's a disrespectful decline. That's not even a respect.
Straight up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because if there's one thing Karen taught me is that I'm not babysitting anybody who's not my baby. So
Hey,
that's
come on.
Right there.
Come on.
Yes, I'll call you.
We grown humans.
Yep.
Period. Okay, next one. Their personality is great, but their hygiene is missing the mark.
Also hard decline. Because it says something if you don't take care of yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if hygiene and health is not a priority for you, that says something. And it says something about standards, and it says something about respect of self. And you can have all kinds of charisma, but if you don't take care of yourself, that says a lot. So it's not even a question.
Yeah, hygiene is one of those things that it's what you learn as a child, and again, I don't babysit, so I put my answer across the board. I don't even know
Exactly.
but that's probably
You feel me? Yeah. Like I gotta remind my son to brush his teeth. I ain't gonna have to tell another adult to make sure they brush their teeth. Come on,
Right.
come on, get it together. Get it together.
All right, last one. A healthy debate escalates, and your boo says something really offensive about your mom.
The nerve, the audacity. Okay, let's be clear. Let's be clear. It's without question, it's decline. And I just want to reference this. Like, yes, people have emotions; things will come up, but to be so reckless as to lash out towards someone's mom.
Yeah, that's,
you know what I mean? Like,
again, childish.
Childish.
All child's play.
The gall, the absurdity. Yeah.
Yeah, no, hard decline. You don't talk about my mama.
No. At all.
Yeah, my was also sitting right here, so she said hard decline too.
Listen, Ebony, I know you an Aries.
I'm an Aries.
So I'm an Aries as well, so I'm ready to tussle about my mama. Like at any point.
No questions asked. Yep.
Yes. Well, thank y'all so much for hopping on and joining. I hope y'all like cozy, get ready to celebrate and watch. Y'all have hit 100 freaking
100 episodes. This is amazing.
100.
It's a blessing. This is wild.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I'm so glad I made it.
Yes.
I'm glad you made it too.
I was like, I don't make it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, y'all have a good night. I'm gonna add Brian and Novi. We're gonna get some tea with them. So let's
take care. Love y'all.
Hop off? Yeah, we should hop off. All right.
Yeah.
Have a
all right, great to see you, Ebs.
Happy 100 episodes, y'all. Bye.
Yeah. 100.
Let's see. I wonder if they're here yet. I'm seeing some of y'all date or decline comments. I want to know, y'all drop in the comments like y'all's maybe like one of the most disrespectful things somebody did to you on a date. I see Novi and Brian requested. Hey.
Yo.
Let me get Novi in here. You know, it takes a couple tries.
You look so good.
Thank you. I'm good. How are you?
I'm great.
Why is Instagram tweaking right now?
They trying to play with us. They playing with us. They hating.
There she goes.
Hello.
Hello.
There's trouble.
Listen, and before we start, I need everybody to drop in the comments, free Sabrina, free Maurice.
Tell it backwards. till it's backwards.
The
Till it's
fast way
backwards.
till it's backwards. Free them both. Okay, so there are so many things I want to talk about. I'm gonna try and keep it short and sweet. But I feel like, first of all, Sabrina and Maurice have become this dynamic duo that the girls just cannot get enough of. Like, and I feel like the both of your characters like get into like y'all are almost like polar opposites that come together like in the best way.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna talk. I see
You see McEnroe trolling.
Yes, I'm about to add him.
Actually, please don't.
Do not leave Q where he's at.
So the first thing I want to talk about is Sabrina's track record of men. I feel like there was a situation with Sabrina where she judged a book a little too quickly, and then kind of after that, it's not that she like took too long to judge the books, but like she ignored a couple red flags and just kind of got her in a couple doozies. So no
red flags.
Give me the tea. Now we had Jacoby, we had the thing at work. To me, with Bayou like not disclosing that you like a whole prince, like you got a whole lot of money, like you got all this stuff going on, and you just not gonna say nothing to me. I gotta find out on the internet.
I feel like we all omit something though.
We do, but
and it's hard if you're a prince. That's extremely hard. I can't. It's hard for me to judge other people's situationships that much because I'm just not living in their reality. You know, especially when you're younger, you have a very closed perspective of how life is, but everything is context driven, right? And Brian and I can definitely attest to that as how much our life has changed since 2019. So
For sure.
For these 100 episodes. So yeah, I mean, maybe the younger version of me would say there's issues there are red flags, but I'm older now and I feel as if trial and error, man. All of life is trial and error.
Yeah. Absolutely. So I want to know because like Calvin, he's still such a consistent like character on the show. He's very supportive of Maurice. Like, and I think we see tweets all the time where folks are like, can they just choose each other? Can they just like get back to like how do you feel about like the dynamic of Sabrina and Calvin, like the past dynamic, and then like how that has like manifested into them almost like not really talking to each other like that?
Well, I think there's levels to it. One, the time span of the show is not that long. If people realize that, that's why we'd be wearing the same outfits for like 4 episodes. It's like 20. It's like 24. You know what I'm saying? And we're going through every hour almost. So, but there's ebbs and flows. What I'm enjoying about the Calvin Sabrina thing is that they're becoming friends, you know, and a lot of people jump into romance right away and they don't get to know each other. And that's usually the downfall of the romance. We're hopping into bed with each other very quickly. We have these high expectations with somebody who doesn't emotionally know us, spiritually know anything about us. And so that's the cool thing about it. Even with the dynamic between Calvin and Maurice, like they're becoming friends. And just by proxy of that friendship, Sabrina is becoming friends with Calvin. So I don't know where that relationship is going romantically, but it is exciting that that there are ebbing and flowing. You know, she did say it was some of the best she done had, you know what I'm saying? But she's not abusing it. And she's not, you know, like doing it all the time. So maybe there is something between them that's a little bit more intimate and something that's supposed to have a little bit more longevity, and it'll just take a different road to get there. And that's what I love about the show. Everybody is doing their relationship in a different way.
Right. I love that. And like, I think one thing that you mentioned that I love to talk about is the dynamic between Calvin and Maurice. Calvin is one of the most down to ride. Like, I don't like the term ride or die, but Calvin gonna go to war for the people he loves. Like, Brian, you want to like talk a little bit more about like their friendship, the things you appreciate about their friendship? Like, I think they're probably one of the like, those two are probably like one of the top like 3 friendships that you see like in the fan base on the show.
Yeah, for sure. Top 1. Actually, Maurice and Sabrina top 1, especially because of like the uh, penitentiary experiences and those type of things that makes you close. But what I will say is I think that exploring that type of relationship between two black men, one that is gay and one that is not, is so important to see on television. And because it's real, you know, it's real, and it is something that is rare. It's very, very rare. And I love that. Even though I think that sometimes people forget that Calvin is the one that let Hugh back up in their house. And I every time I watch, I'm like, yeah, Calvin let him back in there. He let him back in there, like, but that's his friend. You know, Calvin. I love Calvin. I love Calvin and Maurice's friendship, and Calvin gonna try his best to defend. Now, is he successful all the time? I don't know, but he gonna try his best. And I just think the most beautiful thing is to see a beautiful woman, which Nova, you look gorgeous right now. Like it's stupid ridiculous.
Thank you.
Yeah.
To see a black woman who is dating a black man and her black gay best friend is now friends with the black man that she's dating is just, I think it's revolutionary. I think it's poignant. I think it's brilliant. And people, Maurice is funny. People find a lot of fun and, you know, joy and, you know, silliness in him. But I think that the purpose is so much more than that. And 100 episodes in, the gratefulness that I have to be able to have sustained such a responsibility is it's still scary. It was scary to me at first, but it is something that I'm so grateful for, and I think that is just, it's all revolutionary. It's crazy. I'm gonna cry. So
yeah, I love that. I love that so much. So with the last couple minutes with y'all, I have a game. I know you love astrology now.
Get into it.
So, I don't think we talked much about the characters in an astrological context. So I'm going to do a few characters and y'all tell me what you think their zodiac signs are.
Yeah. I love it.
And we could go as, you know, detailed, or we could just do big three, or just sun signs, whatever you want to do. All right. So what do you think Andy is?
I think, can I go first?
Yes.
I think that Andy is an Aquarius.
Oh, that's good. That's so crazy because I was gonna say Leo, and that's like the sister sign of Aquarius. So
I think that she's an Aquarius just because, like, Andy can speak up for herself, but it takes her a while, and she'll deal with some stuff over and over, and whenever it's like done, it's done, but then it ain't really done. It's kind of like, you know, like kind of with the air, you know, like it's just like I'm gonna be done. I'm gonna go back.
Yeah.
You know, definitely Aquarius.
I feel like Andy has to also have like some Cancer in her chart, like somewhere.
She's definitely moon heavy. Yeah, like she's very emotional.
Yes.
Yeah.
What about Zach?
Fire all the way. And Gemini. Gemini and like,
you gonna give him Gem?
That Leo.
You gonna give him
Leo
Gem?
And Gem and Leo, because he do a lot of talking. And he's always juggling options. That's what Geminis do. And if you're not a real Gemini, because real Geminis always got somebody else over there.
So. That's true. And a bunch of things going on. Because Zach then been to jail, been out of jail, built a house, a stockbroker. He the football coach. He was playing basketball on the team, and he doing. Zach is doing everything. That's so true. That's so true. I'm actually a real Gemini. So
and you have all the skills, and you sing, you dance, you record, you write, you literally produce. You've done everything.
How embarrassing! How embarrassing!
He's an unpracticed Gemini. Okay,
I ain't been to jail.
That's right. Period.
Period. Okay. What about Sabrina?
Oh, Sabrina's giving Pisces.
Libra.
Pisces.
Libra.
I have her as a Pisces moon, Cancer sun, Capricorn rising.
Ooh.
Because y'all be forgetting, she gets in fights though. Like y'all be forgetting, she's the only one that her and Danny are the only physical one that have gotten physical in the sister group in the beginning. You as much pop stuff as Karen be popping, she's not about that action. You know what I'm saying? And Sabrina will fight for her family. And Pisces, low key, y'all crazy. You know, y'all Y'all be acting like, oh my gosh, everything is nobody's. No, they are the most chameleon-like sign. So Pisces is going to reflect whatever environment they came out of. You know what I'm saying? Whatever.
But what about the indecisiveness though?
That's because she's a Capricorn. Okay, so the way that I have the chart set up is
figure it out.
She has a Cancer sun in the 7th house, so that gives her Libra energy. So you're right, because she has that Libra energy, but especially when it comes to your family.
Who has 7 houses?
12. It's 12.
That's crazy. People be living everywhere. That's
you
crazy.
You still Libra. You be making fun of me, but not really.
I'm so weak. Okay, Maurice.
What's up, babe?
Maurice is fine.
Maurice is like
Sagittarius.
Maurice is like what is that? Is that what Nicki Minaj
Sagittarius, but that's also why him and Zach get along, because they're sister signs and they be spitting.
Yo, whatever Nicki Minaj is, that's who Maurice is.
Yes, she's a Sagittarius. Yes. She's literally a Sagittarius.
Whatever
Sagittarius
that's what it is. It's like, even when I'm preparing for, like, I love Nicki Minaj. Brian loves Nicki Minaj. When I was preparing for Maurice, I listened to her music. I'm like, this is it. Like, the stuff that even when she get into arguments with people, her lyrics are so smart and fun. Whatever.
Whatever. He's quick.
Nicki
He's
Minaj
witty.
That is what Maurice is.
Yeah, and Maurice is very wise. You know, he's very
fine.
over the top
and handsome.
And
like
super
fine.
handsome, and also tall. Sagittarius have a lot to do with the legs, because they're half centaur, half man. So Sagittarius legs is legging. So
yeah, it was leg day today.
It was legging.
So
period.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much, y'all, for hopping on. A great conversation. Again, everybody drop Free Sabrina, Free Maurice in the comments.
Tell us backwards, guys.
Tell us backwards, guys. Run it up. Make us number 1.
Thank y'all so much. Thank you guys for being here for all of 100 hours of television. Thank you so much, and keep watching, guys. We got to figure out what we're gonna do with Maurice. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
That's all we're saying.
It's gonna work.
We got to figure out what we're gonna do.
It's gonna work out.
It's gonna work. Thank you guys again. We wouldn't be here without y'all. Enjoy the show tonight.
Love y'all so much.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and add DeVal and Crystal, our final guests for today. I love this hair, Novi.
Thank you, girl.
Oh, good.
I'll see you soon.
Yes, see you soon.
Bye.
Bye. Let's see. Where y'all at? There's Crystal. Give it a couple seconds.
Hi.
Hello, beautiful. How are you?
Good. How are you, love?
Good. Let's see. I saw DeVal all up the comments.
I did too.
Let me see if he'll request to join in a second.
Come on in here, DeVal.
I know. We waiting for you, Chief. How have you been celebrating today? Have you been relaxing? I know last night was relaxing. Time.
Yeah, we've had a very eventful past few days. So yesterday was long. I've been resting today, getting ready for tonight. So
yes, that's good. I see all the requests, but none of them are DeVal.
Dude, where you at?
There he goes.
DeVal. No, let me text him. I saw him commenting.
What's up? What's up?
Hello.
Oh, he's here.
How are you?
What'd you say, Crystal?
I said, is he here? I thought you said hello. I thought
I can't see you, Crystal. You're going in and out.
There you go. Let's see. Okay, I think that's a little better. You can hear us, Crystal?
I can. You guys, yeah. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, we can hear you. Alrighty, this is when I say the girls been waiting on y'all since 6:30. They've been waiting on y'all since 6:30. Reason. Do you see her buffering? Do you see Crystal buffering?
That's buffering.
Okay, it might be her Wi-Fi. I'll start asking the questions, and then when she hops back in,
I bet.
we'll do it. But I feel like the theme, we've had themes for all the couples. I feel like Zatima's theme is love and resiliency.
Yes.
I want to talk first about Zach alone. We had a conversation. We do Messy Mondays on Twitter all the time, and we just talk about life and the cast members. And I feel like with Zach, we saw a very quick glow up with him.
Yes.
And so, like, talk to me a little bit about like having to navigate a glow up while also dealing with people who can't let go of who you used to be.
Oh, well, that's just real simple. Is that it requires grace. You got to let people catch up to where you are. You know,
Yeah.
you can't blame people for treating you how you've let them treat you all of these years. All of a sudden, something's changed in your life. Now you just expect everyone to just hop on. It takes time. So give them grace. How you navigate it, give them grace.
Yeah. And so then at what point, because I always have this conversation with people, at what point for you are you like, okay, I've given you all the grace that I could. If you're not going to accept me now, that's it. It's wraps.
Grace is this simple. You let people know how you want to be treated. You give them an opportunity to change. When they start to continuously treat you the way you don't want to be treated, believe them, and then it's time to move on. But you have to eloquently express how you want to be treated first.
Yeah.
You have to allow them time to make those changes. Once you've done that and they still want to be the old them, all right, I'm time to move on. Grace doesn't mean you let people walk all over you. It just that you give them time to understand what you're trying to say and express change. After you do that, move on.
Yeah, I feel that. I have snaps for that. So now, Crystal, let's get into, speaking of Zach's past, baby mama drama. I feel like Fatima, she is a no BS kind of person, but I think she has like extended a level of grace to Zach that I think you kind of get half and half. Some people are like really like, they admire it, and then some people are just like, bro, what? Like, I would have been gone. So like, why do you think Fatima keeps like such a level head with it? And then like, what do you think keeps her around for so long?
That's a great question. I feel like Fatima keeps a level head. One, because there are so many great men that have several children that are still great fathers, that are still great companions. And I feel like you can't judge a book by its cover. I can't look at, there may have been a situation where a guy wasn't great and he had kids all over the place. That's not the case with Zach. Zach, he communicates very well with me. He lets me know every day that he loves me. He shows me that he's down for me, that he's by my side, the same way Fatima's by his side. And it's that reassurance that you get that I feel like is missing in a lot of relationships where men are just doing whatever they want to and forget that the situation does cause for a little more reassurance on their parts to the woman to let them know, hey, I know this is a lot, but I got you. And I feel like Zach always does that. He always lets me know that he has me, and he steps up to the plate. You know, he's made mistakes in the past. He faces them, you know, with dignity, and he faces them like a man. Says, hey, I'm not going to run from this. He steps up, and for me, that's sexy in itself. That makes me want to go harder for my man. That makes me want to stay beside him, because I know when we have children that he would do the same if we had a family. And I would judge it off of that. But our relationship is so strong. Our bond is strong. And I don't think there's anything that could really come into place unless he like cheated or something that would tear it apart.
Yeah. And like, let's talk about protection. Like, I think Zach and Fatima, even with their flaws, like they protect each other in so many ways. Like you get the, like, Fatima's really good at providing Zach with a safe space to just like exist in who he is, but like also physically, like neither character is like with the BS. Like both of y'all are about that action.
Yes.
So just talk to me a little more about that, because I admire that a lot with the couple specifically.
Oh.
Well, I just think that there is a space where we have to continue to protect the ones we love, right? I mean, we've gotten to this age now where it's like, I can do things on my own. I can do things on my own. Everybody feels like that, right? I don't need nobody else. I can do it. Yeah, you can, but do you always want to?
Mm-hmm.
No.
You know what I'm saying? No, right? Nobody always wants to. I just know as a man, there's a woman coming at me. I can't protect myself in a way that's going to get it across without being known as a bully.
Right.
So if I got a woman that's next to me, I don't have to do nothing. I could just step back and say, oh, that's where you want to go? That's okay. Baby, can you take care of that for me? And it's vice versa. I mean, I've seen so many people on Twitter say, how come Zach hasn't stepped to Karen, you know, the way he's supposed to? I'm like, that's not my job as a man. Fatima's a strong woman. She can handle that. But then when it came to Hayden, Zach had to put the
Boy,
Hayden. See what I'm saying?
let's talk about it now, because Zach shook the Twitter feeds for about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, the fight happened, and then leading up to, like, I mean, every episode, where's the fight scene? Where's the fight scene? Yeah. But I also think with that too, it's a great point of, like, again, you give people grace, but there's a point where you're like, bro, you done stepped over the line. Like, you done messed with mine a few too many times.
Nobody that messes with my woman's freedom or her peace gets grace. You mess with my woman's freedom or her peace, there's no grace. You get hands. That's all I'm giving you is hands. That's it.
Exactly. You can drop the mic on that.
Yes.
But all right, so I got a game for y'all before we close out.
Okay.
It's called Forgive or Forget. So I'm going to give you a scenario, and then you tell me if you're going to forgive the person or just try to forget it.
Okay.
Okay. Your sibling shows up to stay in your home unannounced and leaves it a hot ass mess.
We're not forgetting that one.
Or forgiving it. Come clean.
I'm forgiving after they clean up.
that stuff up. Clean that stuff up. I'm calling my brother. Yo, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Clean this up.
My sibling not to do that.
Okay, your best friend dates your ex right after you break up.
Neither one. We're not forgiving or forgetting. You're done.
Lurking the whole time. So that means you was watching me with my girl the whole time, and then now you was just gonna jump right in. Hell no. No. We're not forgetting or forgetting. No, we're not forgiving or
no.
And then the last one, and I asked Ebony and Kevin this earlier, your partner makes a sly comment about your mom during a family dinner.
I feel like it depends on what he say, because like you confide in your person about certain things, but if it's sliding like you out of line, it's like, okay, now.
Yeah,
don't be taking the.
I gotta agree with Chris. Like, if you making a comment about my mom or something that we talked about, and she's exuding that behavior right now, and it's in my defense, be upset about that. But just come randomly out of left field with saying something about my mom, it's like, oh, we doing moms now? That's right. What we doing, moms?
That's what we doing?
Now let's go there. We all talking about moms, because you got a mom too. And since let me get on yours.
That's such a, what's your sign, DeVal?
I'm an Aries.
Me too. And that makes a lot of sense, because I would do the same thing.
Petty. I'm so petty.
But you have to get me there, though.
What happened?
You have to get me there. Like, it takes a lot, but when I get there, it's raps.
It absolutely does. Like, I have a big heart, and I give a lot of leeway and latitude. But once I get to the point where it's a wrap, now you're going to have to get upset, because I'm not going back. I'm going for the throat. I'm going for the gusto, and I'm going to finish it. That's how I feel.
New York comes out.
Yeah.
And so I think you're a Libra, right?
I am.
Like, you want to try to play peacemaker, but you low-key for the drama, so you're gonna just sit back and be like,
Listen, I am all about peace. I hate confrontation, but I will go there. My friend says, he's like, yeah, we're in the building, but we'll get basement with you. Like, what you want to do?
Right.
You know, so that's me all day. Like, if you want to go there, we can go there, but that's not my first choice.
Yes. Well, my last question is, how are y'all celebrating tonight? Like, y'all are principal characters on a show with 100 episodes. Like, this is like, I mean, at the level of accomplishments, like,
Yeah.
Hi.
Mind blowing. Oh my
He's
God.
celebrating.
I am at home. I just got my food delivered to my door by Uber Eats.
Yes.
Give me some wine and just chill and watch and enjoy it. I can't wait. I
Yeah.
can't wait. This is
Gonna
an
be-
honor. What'd you say?
I said it should be a good episode tonight too.
Yes.
Yeah. Episode.
Yeah.
I'm doing the same thing. I'm just chilling. You know, I have, well, me and my wife have 4 kids. Her birthday was Monday. We're away right now. So we're just chilling and we're just going to watch the show and then watch the after show. Cheer for the girls. You know, we got 100 episodes in a show that's led by 5 strong female leads. It's freaking amazing. Black female leads. It's freaking amazing. In a day where shows are getting canceled left and right, this is a show that it just represents well for the culture, and I'm excited about it. I'm glad to be a part of it.
Yes. Well, thank y'all so much for joining the live. Thank you everybody for watching. Don't forget to enter the Fuji giveaway. We're giving away watch party kits. And y'all better be in an hour sitting at y'all couches with that television on. And not just for
Right.
one, too. We got Sistas at 9.
Yes.
Have the after show, the 100 celebration special at 10 o'clock. So y'all better be right there.
Yes.
Thank y'all so much.
Y'all.
Thank you. We love you guys, and we cannot do this without you guys. We always say that, but I just want to reiterate that we appreciate you guys so much. Thank you guys for tapping in with us tonight, and each and every Wednesday. We appreciate you so, so much.
Yes.